How are you doing? So, I've just been had a few things on my mind. I'm not ambling today. I'm actually stationary. And yeah, I just been wondering about social situations lately. What makes us feel comfortable? When we don't feel comfortable, what do we do? So, it does seem when I watch a lot of videos on YouTube that there are a lot of people who are naturally introverts and also highly sensitive people, HSPs as we know. So it's not always easy in social situations for us. It can be a lot easier just to talk into a camera and connect with people that way. I think we are, like I mentioned in a previous video, that we are actually social creatures. And as such, we do need human connection. We actually do need human touch as well. And it does seem that there's a lot of people living alone these days. You know, there's not extended families. I went out to India a few years back, and all the extended family, many generations, 3 to 4 generations, normally 3 generations living under one roof. And it's the same in Africa. People very much live for their families, they look out for each other. And it is this tribal kind of approach where if one person in the family is very successful, then the money is definitely shared amongst the rest of the family. So if one person is rich, it means the family becomes rich, which is to an extent it exists in the Western culture, but it's much more, we're all out for ourselves here. It's much more of a competitive kind of atmosphere, isn't it? Anyway, I think I'm going off on a tangent. So socially, you know, the things that we do now to what we did in my generation X, I can only really speak for me. I grew up in the 80s, socializing, going out, 80s, 90s, child. And we used to go to pubs, actually, and there wasn't any mobile phones or, you know, there wasn't any interaction online at all. We used to write letters, postcards even. I even remember the times of postcards. But things seem to have really changed, don't they, socially? And the last week I really made an effort to go out because it's all too easy for me to stay in with my dogs, with my Netflix, you know, maybe have a glass of wine, nice meal. And I'm happy, you know, I don't really need for outside distractions. What I really did like in lockdown was that complete lack, actually, of the complete lack of human interaction. I was really happy on my own. A lot of people did text me, and you know, I think a lot of people went through a lot of fear. But I myself really enjoyed it and embraced the solitude, embraced the tranquility. And I just remember these bright blue skies, and all this time to do all the art, to learn how to edit videos, to do all those creative things. And I was happy as Larry, whoever Larry is. Do any of you know who Larry was? Uh, so, yeah, it was a good time for me, actually. Not that I agree with the lockdowns or anything, but for me personally, it was a time of self development. It was quite nurturing for me. I was in a place called Tunbridge Wells, quite a posh part of the UK, in a little cottage overlooking a park. And yeah, I even started roller skating in the lockdown as well. Anyway, I digress. So I'm talking about, you know, I love being alone, but I also equally do like being with good people and people that I trust. So today I went round for dinner to a friend's. She did me a beautiful tarot reading without me even asking her to. And those things are really, you know, they warm the heart. They make you feel good. Last Saturday, had some friends over for a barbecue, belated birthday thing. Wasn't going to celebrate my birthday this year, but hey, I'm really glad I did. So really, it can be quite difficult, can't it? Sort of pushing yourself out there, as it were, if it doesn't come naturally to you. So in the last week, I've been to 2 open mics. The first one was in a place called in Benedict's Church. And this one, there was kombucha and there was healthy food, no alcohol at all. And I really, really enjoyed the first hour or so watching friends play. And it was really high vibes, good vibration. I did a few poems, a few feel-good healing poems. And it was great. And then, just like that, the atmosphere just changed. It just takes one person, doesn't it? And they got up and the whole energy of the whole place just completely altered. And I felt I couldn't actually be in that environment anymore. I had to actually leave the place. I just trusted that instinct, that knowing, that feeling. And I couldn't be in the energy of it. And this could be part of being a highly sensitive person. And maybe I'm a little bit like a sponge and I take in environments, and when environments turn toxic, I can't handle them. I think another aspect of highly sensitive people is a lot of them can't handle EMFs, electromagnetic frequencies. That's also another thing. And, you know, lights are brighter for us, music is louder. So I tend to like more nostalgic music and sort of more dimmed lights. I did post my favourite cafe in Glastonbury, which is called the Abbey Tea Rooms. It's very old-fashioned and very nostalgic. Anyhow, so then I thought, you know what? I probably did the right thing just walking away. But, you know, my tolerance level seems to have dropped of people and being in these places. And again, last night I went to another open mic, this time in a pub, and I really felt that alcoholic energy in there. And I was just drinking soda water and lime. It's not to judge people who drink, but it's a different energy when you're not drinking. And somehow you feel a bit boring or, you know, not quite hip, or I don't know. Maybe it isn't hip to drink anymore. I'm not sure. But again, you know, another quite awkward situation arose where I went to the toilet, really enjoyed, watched my housemate perform and a few other people perform. And then very soon after that, basically, I went into the toilet and I was harassed by a woman for being too long in the toilet. And I think inevitably what it brought back to me were days of my childhood when I'd been bullied. And it just, I don't know, it just triggered something in me. So I wasn't going to stay quiet. When I came out, I gave as good as I got, and she was cussing and swearing and everything else. I'm not really one to cuss and swear. In fact, it sounds ridiculous when I do. And but I do find, again, I find it quite really difficult to be around that vibration when people are swearing all the time. And a few Christmases ago, I was with a girl who is a lovely girl, but I mean, I don't think she's far off having Tourette's. And the atmosphere at the Christmas table was quite strange. Anyhow, what's your experience of being social, and have you changed over the years? And I'd love to hear your stories too. But anyway, it's just a few things that have happened in the last week. It makes me just happy to want to stay at home with a cup of cacao and in my own environment that I can kind of control. You know, I can listen to the music I want, do what I want in my own home. But yeah, maybe I'm just getting less tolerant. I'm not sure. Maybe it's because I'm highly sensitive. Who knows? Well, I'd love to know your thoughts. You take care. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.